doing great this morning. Welcome to the Serenity Oval for the Batball Open Western Edition. Our viewers out there, welcome to the Batball Open Western Edition, and we are live on Batball TV. Games are happening right down at Serenity Oval in Impigi, Kamengo, and there are two games of cricket for the youngsters here. There are 9 games to play. Shall have one person crowned for the champion. And for the morning game, we have Entuuha versus Enyawawa. A chance for a catch here and dropped. The Batball West edition is brought to you by Batball, the organizers, the partners, Uganda Creator Association, India's Jewish law firm based in India, and Cricket Development. A shot to fine leg here. This one. The officials for that day are Yusuf Nanga, and Wanderer Eric. As we've all been following this Batball edition, this is the 50th and it's held in our west here at Serenity Oval in Kamengo. With our playing 11 for Entuuha, we have Festo, we have Samuel, Kakaire Nyende, Matovu Mohamed, Suna Anthony. We have Ampaire Darren, Musinguzi Cliff, Robert Tembo. We have Brian Kasumba. The 12th man is Mumbere Samuel. For Enyawawa team, we have Christopher Abenaitwe. We have Ethan Tajo, Brian Ntungire. We have Gabriel Fataki, and we have Landers Biambale and Victor Muhu. Not forgetting Ronald Lugasa, Mugarula, Sentamu, Nsubuga, and Greg Ronald. As it stands, the score is 5, just after 1 over. In the com box here, I have with me Dennis Musali. The man just flew in today and is already here. Dennis, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much, Marvin. Lovely place to always play cricket here at the Serenity Oval in Kamengo. And of course, the first day of the Batball Western Edition, the 5th of the Batball tournaments that have been happening. A couple of weeks back we were in Entebbe for the Central Edition, but it all started in Soroti with the first one, moved to Jinja for the Nile Edition, went up north again for the Northern Edition in Gulu, came to Kampala for the Central Edition, and here we are in Kamengo for the Western Edition. A lovely opportunity for these young men to play this game of cricket that we love so much, and I hope that they make the most of it for the next 2 days. They should go for the Easter break when someone is a champion. It should be very good for them. Very good face of the bat there on offer to pick up that single. Had a very good shot. End of the second over, 2 for no loss. 12 for no loss, not 2. My apologies. Marvin, I'm not very good with the names of the teams so far. Apart from Kayonza, the rest I may struggle with them a bit. But which are the 4 teams that are taking part in this Western edition? And where have all these boys come from? We know the Central region, most of the boys are from around the Central. But some people may not be familiar which part of Uganda is the Western part.
Basically, the names of the teams are named after some of the famous birds in our Western Uganda. And the 4 teams that are playing today, we have Entuuha, Enyawawa, Kayonza, and Oruyongo. Quite difficult names here to pronounce.
Over the next couple of days before we find the champion, what is going to be the format of play so that our viewers can understand how they should be following the game, how the winner will also be determined?
Basically, we are playing a T10 this tournament. There will be 9 games to play and 1 champion. We shall have playoffs for the 3rd and 4th. We have the 2nd and the 3rd playoffs. Then the 2. Sorry about that. The winner of day 1, or the team that wins all its games on day 1 and day 2, will book themselves a place in the finals. And the runners-up and the 3rd will play the playoffs to ensure that they book up themselves in the finals as well.
So basically all the sides at least will play each other once?
Twice?
Yes. At the end of day 1, the team that is top of the table walks into the final straight?
Yes.
Chance for a catch. The fielder, second chance is putting down the fielder at mid-on. And also very casual. The catching is still a problem this morning. 1 run shot indicated there by the umpire. But the catching missing and changes immediately in the field. I hope they've brought the person who can catch.
Basically, as the bowler is coming in, place the best fielders. Those places where the catches are mostly to come. Shouldn't put anywhere. Shouldn't put a fielder anywhere.
He's put down 2 chances. I don't know why they took long to make the change. Maybe they were hoping another ball won't go in his direction. So at the end of day 1, the team that is top of the table will go straight into the final.
At the end of day 1, the team on top of the table will book themselves a place in the finals. And they'll come for day 2 just to cement that position.
So ideally there's a chance for everyone. We saw Akasumagizi winning the championship after finishing bottom on day 1. They were able to come back and redeem themselves on the 2nd day and walk all the way into the final.
Surely, as it has always been in all editions. The teams that have been losing on day 1 end up taking the trophy. I don't know why it happens that way.
The curse of day 1, if the teams that are playing in this edition have been following, I think that you're better off losing all your games on day 1 so that you make a go for it in the 2nd day.
We always say not every day is a Sunday.
Clearly the teams that start strong don't get the job done. No balls indicated. But unable to get that out of the middle of the bat, so doesn't capitalize on it.
As it stands, the score is 18 after 2 overs.
End of the third over. Entuuha is 18 for no loss. Festo Wambale and Ignatius Tumsime, who are doing the working for him, who are doing the business for them out in the middle. Some very handy pace here. Left arm seamer from the road end. Change in the bowling, a new bowler for Enyawawa. But he sprays it down the leg side, beats the keeper as well. Hey, the fielder there at third finally came in very quickly. I was worried for him. I thought the ball would go through him.
Looks to be one of good fielders on that team. The basics are right. Long barrier, coming in, attacking the ball, and pointing and throw back to the keeper.
Yeah, I think clearly, of course, most of the players in this Western edition haven't played at a very high level, so they are still good school they're all school going, and they're still learning the basics of the game. So some of the cricket might not be very pretty. The quality may not have to be the standard of the Kampala edition, but you can see the heart and the initiative. They are doing the best they can with what they have. Second wide down the leg side. I don't know if the left-hander has the control to bowl from that end. He might be better off coming from left arm over the wicket and he just bowl it across the batter otherwise. Another wide again. 3 in a row. Kayebe Joshua finally gets one in the good area. The good balls are really good. The bad ones, so it is a game of highs and lows. The bad ones are really terrible.
Actually, Dennis, quite impressed with what I've seen so far. Because for the Western edition, they are just trying to developing the game in the Western region, and with the display so far, shout out to the coaches for the good work they are doing. But there is still more work needed here.
Yeah, of course, the Western region, not you would not say not a place you'd go to for a lot of the cricket playing schools, because most of them are spread in the east. But there's a lot of work being done in Massachusetts by Yusuf Nanga. There's a lot of work also being done in Kasese with Ivan Kakande. And a lot of work also being done by Intare School. So the game is growing slowly but surely. Finally given, the breakthrough comes for Enyawa. First wicket is gone. The umpire there, Eric Wandera, doesn't hesitate to raise his finger. Although the appeal was very, very tame, nearly non-existent. Maybe they were not sure that they had done enough to make sure they pick up that wicket.
The left-hander finally got his man. Has been bowling quite down that leg, and the right, when you put it in the right area, it really picked up the wicket.
Yeah, I told you, Marvin, his bad balls were really terrible, but the good ones, they had something in them, and finally is able to make the breakthrough.
As it stands, the score is 24 after 4 overs, a loss of 1 wicket.
Entuuha now 25 for 1. The new batter for them is Victor Anthony Suna. Kayabe Joshua with the breakthrough. He's conceded 7 runs, but 5 of those are wides. But he was able to come up with a wicket. Left-hand bowler to a left-hand batter. Wicketkeeper looks like he's standing very close. Kayabe had some pace in him. Just need to make sure that you're very careful. Otherwise, you may not be able to eat Easter food.
Going back home with bruises.
Bruises might be fine, but if it enters your mouth, then Easter lunch is off the menu.
Losing your front teeth. The ladies always call it their passport. They don't want to damage their passport.
Chance for a run out. Completely missed there by Enyawa. A good ball from Victor. Not a very good ball from Victor. The contact was good, but a good dive there from the fielder. Created an opportunity, but not taken. Entuuha survived losing their second wicket. Entuuha. That will be the end of the 4th over. 27-28 for 1 Entuuha. Inside edge, runs down to find leg. They pick another single, chipping away the total. Entuuha. The Entuuha team, Christabel Abini Itwe, comes from Ntare School, Ethan Tajo Ntare School, Bran Intunjire Ntare School, Gabriel Fataki Ntare School, Kayebwe Joshua, who has just been bowling from the road end, Ladas Bwembare Kilembe from Kasese, Victor Muhindo is from Kirembe Kasese, Ronald Bwambale is from Kirembe Kasese as well. Very, very easy decision there for the umpire. Batter going across the line on a full delivery. Plump LBW into lose their second wicket. And I was going through their team. The team for Enyawawa. Lugasa Abdullah Hakim is from Masaka SS. Krishin Sobuga from Ntare. Regan Kule, Masaka SS. Abdullahin Mugula, Masaka SS. And the team is called by Barack Johnson. So you can clearly see that most of the players are all from the west, and it has a mix of players from Kirembe SS, which is in Kasese, Ntare School from Mbarara, and Masaka SS, which is just a few kilometers from here where we are at the Kamengo Oval. Entuuha, which is the team that is batting, has Festo Wambale from Kirembe SS, Samuel Mumbere Kirembe, Igiriza Mumbere Kirembe, Moses Isingoma from Kirembe Kakaire, Nyende from Masaka SS, Matovo Mohammed Masaka SS, Suna Anthony Masaka, Aron Dakatwesi Ntare School, Ignatius Tumusime Ntare School, Brand Nasasira Ntare School, Darren Ampire Ntare School, Cliff Musingu Ntare, Mumbe Lame Kirembe SS, and Robert Tembo from Kirembe SS. Swing and a miss straight up. The new batter offers a shot immediately. Entuuha now 29 for 2. We're into the 5th over. Remember, all the teams are playing 10 over games. So we are nearly at the halfway stage. Moses Isingoma, the new batter for Entuuha. Some bat in there, but that was a good shout. But I think there was some bat in there, so clearly you can see the indication from the umpire. If that was non-existent, I think Moses Isingoma would have been in trouble. Lugasa Abdullah Kim from Masaka SS is the bowler. Has some tidy height. End of the 5th over, and they're at the halfway stage. Entuuha is 29 for 2 in the first game of this Western edition against the Enyawawa. Ten-over match, meaning that if the captains persist, their best bowlers can only bowl 2 overs each. Misfield should allow, it allows the batters to pick up 2 easy runs. Another chance there missed by the fielder at slip. It didn't look like he would even take that. Just swung out an arm. I think he's very, very close, and with the batter playing at the balls, it will be very difficult for him to take any chance. The wides very, very generous here from Enyawawa, giving away so many extras. Given out there by the umpire. The third wicket down for Entuuha. When they've bowled the good balls, they've caused trouble for the batters. Enyawawa, they just need to make sure that they sort out their extras, and they will be in business.
So the bowlers are really bowling good lines here. You can see every good ball is taking a wicket.
Exactly, Marvin. The good balls have really troubled the batters. It's the extras that I think Enyawawa need to sort out. Otherwise, they're being too generous. Already 32 in 5 overs. You don't want to have a lot of work for you to do in the second innings. So if they deal with the extras, then they will have themselves an easier chance in the second innings.
New batsman on is Exire Mumbere, studies from Chirembe Senior Secondary School.
Chirembe is, of course, annual travelers to Kampala for the school's cricket week. But Chirembe, all these kids having a foundation from, I forget the name, Marvin, but there's a primary school in Kasese that was very, very famous in mini cricket. And I think most of them come from that school. They always used to come to Kampala and dominate everything, all the categories, under 11, under 13, boys and girls. I'll find out the name from Issa. I'm sure Issa knows that school. But it's a famous school that you really used to dominate mini cricket for a very long time. I was actually very surprised that a lot of them have not been able to progress and actually play for the national team. It will be good to see a player from Kasese on the national team.
Yeah, basically, the purpose for Batball is trying to create a pathway for these youngsters to the national team, which hasn't been the case in the past few years. But now that Batball is here, this is an opportunity for these young lads to make it to the under 19, to the national team, because I believe they'll be playing quite often. After this Western edition, there is Batball X, where the top players will be selected and they'll play against themselves. The top players from all regions.
Yeah, you make a very good point, Marvin, that they are not just opportunities to play, but the games are also on TV. So even people who are far away from Kamengo can be able to watch the action and pick up on a couple of players who have really impressed. Because I've seen some very good bowlers so far. And I hope that the under 19 coaches, Robinson, Turinawe, and Isanez are watching.
Manuel.
Because we could have some talent that has been missing from their eyes because they lacked either an opportunity to play and there was no visibility on them.
Bowler bowling is Christopher. Studies from Ontario School.
I don't think that sleep is very necessary because the balls are just flying past him. The one that came to him was put down. He's better off being somewhere else in the field apart from that region because he's not stopping anything, neither is he catching anything.
And then how do you say about the fielding positions of...
I think those are all still lessons for the coaches.
Yes.
There's still a few things missing here and there. And those are all lessons for the coaches, so maybe when they go back home, they go back to school, those are things they will need to learn. And when we see them coming to Kampala for the school's cricket week next term, they will have shown some improvements in those areas.
And as it stands, the score is 34, just after 6 overs for a loss of 3 wickets. Shout out to the organizers, Batball, Open, to the partners, Uganda Cricket Association, Cricket for Development, India Jurish, an international law firm based in India. Thank you for making this happen, for giving the youngsters a platform to express their talent and play against themselves. As we've all seen, cricket is a generational talent. You may find that all players on the national team had an opportunity to play against themselves when they are young, and they grew up together in playing together, competing against one another. Right now they're all on the national team. So I believe this is a really good platform for these youngsters to also play against one another. Dennis, as I was saying, when you look at the national team right now, the Uganda cricket team, most of the players there, they used to play against one another when they are still young. So they grew up together in competing against one another, and right now they made it to the national team. I believe when these youngsters do the same, follow the same path, I believe it will be another story to tell.
Yeah, for things first, I think we know that Batball is here, and they are here and they are going to be here for a very long time. This is their first edition of this Batball Open events. So we know that they will be able to make sure that one, the kids are competing now in the Batball competitions. They will meet again during the school's cricket week. Probably there will be a holiday camp organized for them by Uganda Cricket. What a good shot. Hit powerfully behind point and run. I don't know why the batter is running. Maybe he wasn't sure to go all the way to the boundary. But once that ball beats the man at point, you're guaranteed of it reaching the boundary. So as long as they get to compete against each other, the more you compete against yourselves, one, the easier it is for you later on as you grow up, but also you learn to build some sort of brotherhood that works very well, especially when you start playing for the national team. So the more they play together, the better for Uganda Cricket. End of the 7th over now, 38 for 3 in Entuuha. Marvin, what do you think will be a good total?
A good total, a 50. 50 would be a very good total to defend. As we've all seen, most of the balls that are really good taking wickets. And Enyawawa are bowling quite loose deliveries. That's how runs are coming about. And during the second spell, if the Entuuha do the right thing, bowl really well, believe they will defend their score.
This is only day one. We don't know who is who, but I would like to advise all the teams, if they listen to the commentary, the winner of the Central Region lost all their games on the first day. So make sure you're playing with a handbrake on day one.
I believe that all happens when the teams that win on the first day, they try to remove the leg of the brakes. I think they have already made it to the finals. Beautiful shot here.
I like the energy of the wicket keeper. He's trying to make sure that keeps the team motivated. Kayabe Joshua there picked a wicket in his first over. He has very, very good height, Kayabe Joshua. Kayabe Joshua, the problem for him has been the wides, and he bowls them both sides of the wicket. Clearly, that is something the coach will have to work on with him when they go back.
True.
Just needs to have that control. He has very good height. He has something you can work with. He just needs to sort out those extras.
I don't know. I believe that ball lands in the right area, he will pick a wicket.
Exactly, and all his good balls have troubled the batters, so he just needs to make sure that he has control. Probably either in the next games or even tomorrow, he should be in a better position to help his team. Swing and a miss.
Dennis, you talked about the wicketkeeper driving the team. Most of the times, the wicketkeeper are the brains of the side, the second brains, I would say. The keeper leading from the front. Because since the wicketkeeper is at the center, he sees where the gaps are, where the fielding positions are, and where the batsman is likely to hit the ball. So he organizes the fielders to those positions.
Yeah, very true. Wicketkeeper, an integral part of the team. Most times in most teams, you'll even find that the wicketkeeper is actually the captain. Chance for a catch, lands safely, but you can hear the wicketkeeper calling for it. Wickets, the throw is off target.
Good backup here.
You think the backup would have gotten the ball if the keeper had missed it?
True. As it stands, the score is 44. It's after 7 overs, for a loss of 3 wickets. A no ball here. And that is a free hit. The bowler overstepping. Can see the senior umpire Yusuf Nanga trying to show the bowler you overstepped the line. Yes, you hit the wickets, but it was a no ball. It's a no ball here, pushing the score to 45 after 8 overs.
Oh, the batter decided to play hide and seek with the ball and completely not understanding where his leg stump is. And he gets ball from around the wickets, round his legs. 5th wicket down for Entuuha. But very, very comical there from the batter.
Maybe he thought the ball was going down the leg.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wides from Kayebe Joshua who have made him very complacent, but all the time he's been just dodging the ball instead of trying to play it.
Leaving the score at 45 for 4 after 8 overs.
At least 50 runs for them to be able to defend in the second innings. We are into the 9th over. They have 44 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Dennis, I believe they can get the target, but that depends on how the bowlers will bowl.
Flash outside of stump. They will pick up an easy 2 at least. For Enyawawa, clearly Marvin, the problem has been the extras. They've given us so many. You'd like to feel that out of that 46, they've been as generous and given away at least 20.
Yeah, 20 extras, true. That pushes the score to 46. It's after 8 overs. A loss of 4 wickets. Driven here to covers for 1.
Actually, from the scorecard, they've given away 14 extras out of 50 runs scored by Entuuha. So that means only 36 runs have come off the bat. The 5th wicket down for Entuuha. 2nd wicket there for Bran Ntunjire. And it's also the end of the 9th over. Entuuha now 51 for 5. Change in bowling ends for the bowler. Was struggling from right arm around the wicket. Short ball, but there should be enough bat on that and to race away for 4. Taking the score to 55 for Entuuha. The bowler's getting away with those half trackers. But finally the batter manages to get some bat on it. Eighth and Tajo, the bowler for Enyawawa. Big shot loading and a big 6 incoming. Straight into the factory. A shot out of nowhere there from the batter. Has enough on it to drop the ball down into the factory. A late flourish here for Entuuha. They are now into the 60s. Another big shot there, hit very hard. The fielder doesn't do enough, and they'll pick up an easy 2 runs. Another good shot. Fielders, both of them asleep. Can see the man there, third man, thinking that the fine leg was going to go for the ball. And in the end, neither of them does anything. The ball racing away for another boundary. This is a very big over here for Entuuha, who might get more than just 60 runs. They're already into the 70s, 70 for 5 for Entuuha. That should be a very good total. Aaron Katwesije has come out here with a very hot blade. Goes again, this time doesn't get enough bat on it. A very, very big over for Enyawawa already. They've gotten, for Entuuha, they've gotten 20 runs off that over so far. Another chance there, very, very casual from Joshua Kayebe. More free runs. Good awareness out in the middle from Entuuha. They get at least 22 runs from that over. And they will finish. 22 runs from that over, and they will finish on 72 for 5. That should be a very big total to chase down in just 10 overs from Enyawawa, who need 72 from 60 balls if they are going to be able to pick up the win. The end of the first innings, late flourish there from Katwesije has helped them finish in a very good position. Aaron Katwesije, 21 of 8 balls, has moved that score very, very quickly. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with the second innings. Yeah, we're back for the second innings for our first game between Entuuha and Enyawawa. Entuuha set 73 runs. Enyawawa needs 74 for the win. Entuuha borrowing from the same script that Enyawawa used in their innings, giving out the extras. Extras have really been a challenge. So you need to make sure that as long as they keep down those extras, they will be able to be in a good position.
Bowler is steaming in from 30-yard end.
Looks like he runs faster than the ball actually. Doesn't need that whole run up, and now that he's even bowling the extras. Finally, dot ball and a good one. Enyawawa helped greatly by a quick fire 22 of 8 balls scored at the back end of the innings from Aaron Katwesije. That flourish helped them move from 50 to 73. Enyawawa will need someone like that to make sure that they get the ranches going. 7 runs every over is not very, very easy. And we haven't seen teams chase down 70 very, very easily. So you need to make sure that you get out of the blocks very quickly.
The call is wide. More extras here from Entuuha. The Batball West edition is taking place in Kamengo at the Serenity Oval, just on the Masaka Highway.
Yeah, the 2 batters for Enyawawa, Christabel, Entuuha, and finally one goes through the keeper. To be a wide and 4 byes, those are 5 extra runs. No run off the bat for Enyawawa, Marvin.
Yes,
all the 8 runs they have so far are extras.
Dennis, have you noticed for Entuuha, in their first innings, they had no spinner?
Oh, yes, very true.
Most of them are pace bowlers.
Yeah, it's clear that they are all still learning the game. I think when everyone is learning,
yes,
they want to be pace bowlers.
What a slower. Nice delivery there.
Ejizile Mumbere from Kirembe SS, the bowler. He comes from really very far. I don't know if Issa is the one who gave him those notes, because Issa is a man who has been very involved in Kasese cricket. May it be an admirer of Issa. But you can see the enthusiasm and the excitement of the young boys to be part of the cricket. It's clear that these opportunities they've been craving for, and thank God for Batball. Now they are able to be part of something that could make the difference for them in their cricketing careers.
A shout out to the organizers of this tournament, Batball. Not forgetting our partners. Not forgetting our partners, Uganda Cricket Association, India Jurish. It's an international law firm based in India. and cricket for development. That comes to the end of over number 2. The score is over number 1, 8 for no loss. The second over starts with a wide here, pushing the score to 9 just after 1 over. Fellows of no wicket. Beautiful shot here to point. A quick single is taken. Entuuha need 73 in 9.1 overs if they really need to take this home. Remember that the theme for this Western edition is personal hygiene. And before I take you through what personal hygiene means, what do you think? Beautiful shot here, chance for a catch or dropped.
A chance put down there at long off. First of all, you can see the fielder there in pain because I was worried for him. The way he set himself up to take that catch, the chances were high that he would drop it than those for him to take the catch. Fingers pointing down. It's no surprise that there he's put down the chance.
Sure, with such a technique, taking a flat catch.
Yeah, the catching today, Marvin, apart from one taken behind the keeper, I'm yet to remember any catch taken.
There's so far been
Butterfingers only.
there's so far been 3 chances given out from the morning game, and they've all been dropped with the fielders out, apart from the one taken with a wicket keeper. Maybe because he has the gloves on, that's why he's taking them comfortably.
Deft touch from the batter allows them to pick up more runs. Enyawawa staying in touch with the required rate as they chase down 73 runs for the win. We could have an interesting end to this particular game. Completely missed there. Again, the wicket keeper looks like he's moving in, so by the time the ball is deballed, he's nowhere in a good position to take the ball well.
Maybe it's too close.
Yeah, I think it's too close.
That comes to the end of over number 2, leaving the score at 16 for no loss.
Enyawawa needed at least 7 runs every over, and they seem to be getting it for now. But that means that they will need to score at least 7 runs every over up to until the end.
Yes, I believe Entuuha making work for Enyawawa quite easy. In every over, that delivering 4 to 3 extras, and that will push Entuuha. So that will push Enyawawa to the score.
No chance for that, and it will fly over the head of the man standing at long off, but he's able to chase it down. Good bowling. The Western edition coming to you from the Serenity Oval here in Kamengo. Another very good shot. Very well done by the fielder. I don't know about, because the fielder is standing in so way deep, he's out of the 30. Could be a no ball. I don't know if the restrictions are still on, but in a 10-over game, they should be after 3 overs. Again, those are some of the things the coaches need to teach the players about restrictions. For him, it's about stopping the ball, but you need to do that legally.
That's the third delivery, and still we have 3 players out.
No ball there given because one of the players is standing out of the 30. Costly mistake there from Team Entuuha, because they had broke.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Serenity Cricket.
Yeah, no balls there indicated because one of the fielders of Entuuha was standing outside the inner ring. Costly mistake there for Entuuha, who had broken the partnership, but now have to repeat that particular delivery. White balls indicated. Costly mistake for them. Awareness of the game. Enyawawa now already into the 20s, in just 3 overs. Again, balled, but not legally because it's a no ball. So the batter will get away with it. They miss out on that in Enyawawa. Christabel, Abenaitwe, and Ethan Tajo. Just the 3rd over Marvin, but Entuuha have bowled 11 extras. Compare that to a total of 17 that were bowled by Enyawawa in their 10 overs. After 3 overs, $21 for no loss. Enyawawa. Enyawawa, we are here close to the organizer, the chairman, the local organizing committee, Mr. Yusuf Nanga. He will need to explain to us how they came up with some of his names, or how that Enyawawa ball looks like, bad looks like. Yeah, the breakthrough comes for Entuuha. They finally pick a wicket. 21 for 1. Enyawawa.
Quick hands here from the call is wide. Shout out the organizers, Batball, not forgetting our partners, Uganda Cricket Association, Cricket for Development, India Jewish, international law firm based in India.
Quick single. There's a bit of a chance there, upish in the air for some time. But I would rather say I think it's well stopped from the field, as the run scoring has now gone down since the introduction of the slow bowler. Ooh,
What a ball.
good ball, missed everything. Batter went back on a full delivery. And the keeper is also standing very far from him. Has no effect at all. But second wicket down, disturbs the furniture, the bowler. Enyawawa lose their second. The wickets now, since breaking the opening partnership, are falling like dominoes. Back-to-back wickets for Entuuha. Inspired bowling. The spinners coming to the attack and picked 3 wickets in this over. Very, very good stuff here for Team Enyawawa. Aaron Katwesije, the hero of the first innings, has picked 2 wickets in his 1 over, giving away 4 runs. But Aaron Katwesije now has picked 3 wickets, and he's on a hat-trick when he comes back again. If he picks a wicket on his first ball, then he will have picked a hat-trick. What a bowling performance here from Aaron Katwesije. He scored 22 of 8 balls in the first inning to get Entuuha in a good position, and has now dragged them back into the game with an inspired spell of 3 for 5. It's probably the slow bowlers with the magic. Now Enya are already in trouble. They are 24 for 3. In the air for some time, but land safely in no man's land. They pick up 2 runs. 50 required from 36 balls for Enyawawa. Entuuha now making the job a lot more difficult for them. The Kampala Central, the Central Batball Open had at least 3 hat-tricks. 2 hat-tricks, not 3. And each of the players who were able to achieve those feats went home with some very lovely goodies from Batball. Good offer there. A lot of bat on that, and it will race away for 4. Moses is Singoma, the bowler. Moses not as accurate as Aaron Katwesije. "14 extras delivered so far by Enyawawa." End of the 5th over.
Please push the fielders. Time is against us.
End of the 5th over. Enyawawa 32 for 3.
Meanwhile,
As it stands, the score is 29 just after 5 overs for a loss of 3 wickets. Batball West Edition is happening live here in Kamenga, the Serenity Oval. Remember that theme. The theme for this edition is personal hygiene. I call here
up in the air, and the man of the moment, Aaron Katwesije, continues his good day, takes the catch. Everything that is happening for Entuuha has to go through him. The 5th wicket down here for Enyawawa, and you feel that there is no way up for them after that. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to come back. Already 6 overs gone. So Entuuha, you feel, have done enough for them to be able to pick up the first win of the Western Edition. But I must warn Entuuha that the team that does so well on day one unfortunately finishes at the bottom on the last day. So you need to tread very carefully on day one, because the curse has been continuing all throughout the Batball editions.
As it stands, the score is at 33 after 6 overs for a loss of 5 wickets. A click here. Wow, beautiful fielding here from the youngster. I ran for 2, pushing the score to 35 after 7 overs. As I was saying, and as I say, the theme for this tournament is personal hygiene, and some of the types of personal hygiene we have. Beautiful shot there on long off, going for 4 runs. The score to 42 after 7 overs.
Another offer, but this time doesn't have the distance, neither the height. Catch is taken, 6 wickets down here for Enyawawa. Entuuha doing just enough to make sure that they win the game easily. They've come back very well after the first 2 overs are very, very untidy. But when Aaron Katwesije came into the attack, picked 3 wickets in 1 over, that signaled the end of the innings for Enyawawa, who are now 6 wickets down and staring down the barrel of a defeat.
And then I believe Entuuha gave away a lot of wides that brought Enyawawa into the game, putting on that big score of 73. It gave them the momentum to put on such a big score. And the score right now is 42 after 7 overs for a loss of 6 wickets. And as I was saying, some of the types of hygiene. We have the personal hygiene, environmental hygiene, we have the food hygiene, and we have the domestic hygiene. Basically, the personal hygiene deals with around our bodies. You know, we wake up every morning, we brush our teeth, we have to keep our nails short, we have to comb our hair, ironing clothes, and taking a shower every day, morning and evening. Environmental hygiene, this comes about the cleanness of the environment, the general cleanness around the places we stay at. And this calls for proper disposal of garbage, dust bins, waste bins around. You shouldn't just throw polythenes anywhere. The call is wide. Dennis, what is your take about the bowler is coming in to bowl?
But his positioning is very, very poor. And sometimes that's why he's missing out opportunities. We've seen him miss at least 2 stampings off the spinners.
Yes, I was still taking you through the types of hygiene. We have food hygiene. This comes about the cleanness of the areas where we prepare our food, the utensils we use to eat our food. They should be really clean to avoid the spread of diseases such as diarrhea. And this calls us to really be attentive with how we prepare our food. The general cleanness around says so much. Basically, when the food is prepared in a very clean environment, sorry, tastes nice, looks nice, and gives appetite to whoever is going to eat. Comes to the end of over number 8, and the score is 40-44 for a loss of 6 wickets. After game 1 is done, game number 2 will be Kayonza versus Oriongo Yongo. Chance for a catch here.
Thick outside edge. That should have enough on it to go all the way. Would have been dangerous here for the fielder who was trying to put in a dive. Sliding on their knee. Interesting here to see Marvin, the captain. There's already a third man. And the captain has added somewhere else in that region. Looks like a long stop exactly behind the keeper.
I believe the captain doesn't trust his wicket keeper. Most of the balls have been going through him, and he decided to put a backup fielder.
No,
I don't know,
even
is that acceptable?
Even if you are the captain, I think you wouldn't trust the wicket keeper. He is allowed in his own right.
And the call is wide, pushing the score to 54 after 8 overs for a loss of 6 wickets. Yes,
He was struggling to finish the over.
as I was still taking you through the types of hygiene, the appeal is on, and the bowler gets his man. OBW leg before wicket, leaving the score at 54 for 7.
Score is 53 for 7 after 8 overs.
So they're still taking you through the types of hygiene. We have the domestic hygiene. This is a type of hygiene where we need to clean our houses, where we prepare food from. Basically, the windows, the verandas, the compound in our homes, and this helps us fight against the spread of diseases. Because as we know, all the young boys at home, they tend to play around the environment. So if it's clean, the better for the boys. Yeah. As it stands, the score is 54 after 9 overs. Flashy there. Good run in between wickets here, pushing the score to 55 after 9 overs, for a loss of 7 wickets.
Still a swing and a miss in the final over. No connection at all for the batter. But as we see of this game, game number 2 is coming up. Kayonza taking on Enyawawa. In the second game of the day, we can see the teams warming up from here. It will be a quick change because of time. Entuuha clearly are going to set the ball rolling at the end of this match. They did enough, and you missed by the wicket keeper. But clearly the difference in the game today, that's 22 runs scored off 8 balls at the back end of the innings from Aaron Katwesije, just taking the game away. Taking the game away from Enyawawa, who have really struggled to make sure that they pace their chest very well.
Dennis looking down the field there. Kayonza looks to be excited to come on and play. You can see they're warming down there, getting ready. And Oriongo, they look to be cold in this weather. Yet they are going to play next.
Yeah, extras have been very, very many in this particular game. 16 on offer from Entuuha. And Enyawawa themselves bowled 17 in their in their innings. Final hit for the match, chance for a run out. They won't take the second round, turn it down. But that should be it. 20 runs short of the target. Entuuha will pick up the win. The work of the happier team, like I said, the difference clearly, that late cameo from Aaron Katwesige, 22 of 8 balls, gives Entuuha the win by 20 runs.
Fielding team, please work on.
Gives Entuuha the win by 18 runs, not 20. My apologies. Coming up next is a clash between Kayonza and Enyawawa. That was the first game here of the Western edition of the Batball Open. Entuuha the victors. They will go and take a break for now as we take up our second game for the day.